Rare photos of early visitors to America's national park.
The process that led up to the national park idea is complex. From arts and literature came the Romantic movement, which encouraged the experience of the mountains and wilderness. Stung by caustic criticism and snobbery from Europe, Americans looked for elements in their own land to flaunt. In Yellowstone and Yosemite, and indeed the whole western wilderness, Americans had what they needed. America was new, rugged, spectacular, and could be proud of its splendor and its clean state upon which to develop the human experience. Yet another motive for national parks came from the American experience at Niagara Falls. The famous falls were America's paramount scenic wonder during the first half of the 19th century. However, local landowners had, in their frenzy to maximize profits, gone so far as to erect fences and charge viewers to look through holes at the spectacle. 8 years later, Congress established the world's first true national park. Instrumental in its creation was the Northern Pacific Railroad, beginning a 50-year period during which railroads became the most profound influence on the establishment of these reserves and on the development of tourism in them. Where the Yosemite withdrawal consisted of a pair of relatively small areas, Yellowstone was an enormous tract of more than 3,400 square miles. The creation of Yellowstone National Park marked the first serious challenge of the culture of land alienation and consumptive use in American history. The Yellowstone withdrawal was so massive and, to many land users, apparently purposeless that it was another 18 years before a second successful park was created. By the end of the century still, only 5 national parks existed, 3 of them in California. However, Congress was not idle in its preservation efforts and in forming reserves that would later become part of the national park system. While early emphasis had been on the creation of national parks, there was another movement seeking to preserve the cliff dwellings, pueblo ruins, and early missions throughout the West and Southwest. Often local ranchers would try to protect these ruins from plunder, but pot hunters vandalized many sites. The effort began in Boston and spread to Washington, New York, Denver, and Santa Fe during the 1880s and 1890s. In 1906, the early spate of preservation efforts culminated with the Antiquities Act, which was designed to protect antiquities and objects of scientific interest in the public domain. It authorized the President to declare by public proclamation historic landmarks, historic and prehistoric structures, and other objects of historic or scientific interest that existed on public lands in the United States.
If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel.